Hi there, it's Lone Wolf Wolf Territories Grid. You might have noticed or not noticed if you've been to Welcome recently, which you won't have because this has only just arrived. This. Okay, this is an original 14th century Egyptian stargate, and we think it's 14th to 1,000 years old, and it's been plugged into our destination guide. Now, we had a bit of a problem with our destination guide, and that's this thing. Okay, so if I move my mouse over here, you can see it. There it is. And you notice it's all been updated, but one of the problems with it was full of regions that didn't exist because people had a region and then they got rid of it. Let me get rid of that for a second. So they got rid of it, and it was a bit of a pain to keep up. We couldn't keep up with it because we were using. So basically, we were doing thing with OpenSim Social. Come back to this in a minute. We're going to be at OpenSim Social. If you've not visited this is a Mastodon site dedicated to OpenSim, and we own it, which is pretty cute. There's some really great people on it, well worth having a read, and you can post your stuff to it. So we did a thing with OpenSim Social where you could post to that, and it would appear on the destination guide here. Okay, now the problem with that was that people would leave the grid, and then I couldn't remove their posts because they're actually on the Mastodon server. So, Lone, look at the screen. Look, stop. I know it's pretty. Stop looking at the. Oh, sorry. So anyway, so that's the long and the short about this. So there's this new destination guide. I'm just going to span across to my home to get some peace and quiet, because of course, if I stand at Welcome for too long, people will turn up and start talking to me. I'm just going to res it here so I can talk to you about it. Unfortunately, it's one of those things. I should have thought of that, actually. Okay, so I'll just pop it down here. There we are. Pop it down there. Right, so, okay. So the new Stargate is here. So how does it work? So let me just go over here. And it's got the usual green button. Always push the green button. And you get a menu with different options on it, which is the same as the menu of the destination guide. And you'll see that if you click on events, for instance, it comes up with the events. You click next, and it clicks through the events. And if I go back one, if I go to that one, for instance, and I want to go test it out, just walk into it like a real Stargate, and you will arrive at your destination at the beautiful Wolfpack Club, beautifully designed by Luna Lunaria. Anyway, let's pop back home. The goal is to have these all over the place. So anyway, back here, back to where's the... Oh, look, there's some bricks in the air. This is where I do most of my building and scripting and stuff, so you do sometimes find things left over. I do apologise about that. Anyway, so back to here. So this is the events system. So, and there is actually a video on how to add your region, your events to the grid, and the way you do that is actually going through this. So Wolf Territories Grid has a really powerful control panel. Click on Login here, and if you go to Events, okay, you will see your events. I thought it was going to come up then. There's nothing worse than being in the middle of a video and something doesn't work. So here's some events here, and it's you go in and add a new event if you're doing one. We're not doing one at the moment. Put in the owner, event date and time. You just click on it and you can choose the event date and time. Put in the name of the event, the hop address. You get that by, so if I was doing one here, go to the map, click copy SL URL like that, and that's the hop address. And I go back to here and I paste it into here. Like that, and it'll be something like this. Event region is hosted on, so in this case it would be WT Atlantic 01. Description of the event. Image UUID is if I'd have uploaded an image. So let's go to here. Let's pick an image. Let's say I uploaded an image called there's never anything. Home. Okay, Lone Wolf's home. Okay, so that is actually the image I uploaded. So I do copy asset UUID. That's what we want. It's a secret number. It's not that secret, but it's basically a very big long number. I'll show you it. That is that image. So if I click on that, that's actually Welcome Mountain, and this one is actually Welcome Mountain as well. It's the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. You get the idea. So I paste that in there, and then you want to add an image. So I know it's complicated, but what actually happens is we need two images: one that's in the grid and one that's actually in our databases. It's not in the database, but the link to it is in the database. So we just go to pictures and we choose any old image, select like that, wait a second for it to upload, Talk amongst yourselves. It will upload eventually. There you go. And up it goes, and there's a Merry Christmas from Lone Wolf. So you would then save and return, and that would take you back to this list, which is your list. And then that would appear when you go into here, and someone clicks on events here. That would appear here, and it would also appear here in the events thing. So it would appear if it's the next event or something like that, it would appear here. There's quite a few events, but it only shows the latest 10, as you can see. And so I've got some other things like Hangout, Housing. There's nothing in there. There's basically not a lot in this because I've had to reset it because it got so full of rubbish. Okay, so if I click on this and I go Hangout, you get Wolf Mountain. If I go to here, and you'll see there's a slight difference, and I'll tell you why that is. Let's go here. So if I go into my, that's the events. So the events are done. So how do you get into the, so click on control panel on the top there. How do you get into the destination guide? Add to destination guide here. Okay, and this is the destination guide manager, and here is Wolf Mountain. So if I go in here, now at the moment it's got the wrong picture actually. So I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to add the right picture. And we'll set up a new one in a minute. If I can find it. School. Talk amongst yourselves, and I just so much rubbish on this machine. Lone Wolf's Home 2, I think it's that one. Yeah, it is that one. Actually, that was quite nice. Okay, select. Okay, so just going to give it a second. So this is, I kind of like that. It's nice, isn't it? Save and return. Okay, now what happens now? Let's go and have a look in the grid. So I'll close that, reopen it, and I'll go back to Hangout, and you'll see that the new image is updated. Now, if I also go and reset this, so if I go here, Hangout, and I go next, previous, it's still got this image because this image is the UUID. So if I go to Wolf Mountain, that image UUID in my, so it's different from that because they're not the same image. Okay, but what I'm going to do, just to stop you being completely confused about what I'm doing, is I'm going to set up a new one. So let's zip over to the sandbox. So I want to add sandbox to the destination guide, obviously, because it's quite popular. So I'm going to do add. This is a big risk because I know it's not going to get there. So category, I suppose it's a hangout area, isn't it? You can add the same thing in twice if you want to with different categories. Destination type sand. Let's take wolf, territories, grid, sandbox. Our open sandbox for you to build and experiment. Objects will be removed within 24 hours. Land is available at www.wolfgrid.shop. Okay, so if you want land, that's where you go. Okay, so hop address. So first of all, I'm going to get myself to where I want to go. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go on the map because I know I can get it on the map. Sandbox. That just, you see there's sandbox 2, sandbox. Now, unfortunately, there are loads of people on the sandbox. So there are 3 people on the sandbox. So that means I'm probably going to get hassled. But what I'm going to do is fly in, and I'm going to tell people I'm making a video. Everybody, please. Okay, I'm going to try and fly in, get the US SO URL, copy SO URL like that, and then I'm going to quickly zip back to my home. Sorry about that. Sorry everyone who was there. You might think I'm really rude because I flew in and flew out. They probably will. I'm going to get so many messages. This happens all the time. Okay, so I'm just going to Control V, paste that in there. In a sec, there it goes. Okay, so image UUID. So now I need to go to. So I use Canva to do this. So we're going to make a sandbox image for the Canva, and I'm going to go with. So you want to make it kind of square like this one here. So we can have some fun with this. So this is like a square one. So I think I'm going to grab this one and just modify this. Okay, this is Canva. So if you haven't tried Canva out, it allows you to, so I'm just going to make this say sandbox for now. It allows you to, excuse me, to make little graphics very easily. I'm just going to have a quick drink. I hope this is okay. There you go. That's better. Okay. So I do apologise for my strange coughing. Okay, so I'm going to search for a bit of sand. Hopefully Canva's going to work today. It's been a bit funny over Christmas. I think it's been very busy. So I could actually use that. That's quite nice, isn't it? We could actually use that in the background. So I'm just going to do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it down to the box bottom there. That's kind of nice. I'm going to get some sky. Okay. Sorry about if you find this incredibly boring. I do apologise. I know I can be a bit boring. And what we're going to do is set image as background, and it should do that. So it's a little. I've made a little square image. It's that. But then you notice I've leave lots of borders because obviously we're using a round stargate. So it's good to leave some borders. So I'm going to go and share. I'm going to download. Okay, and I'm not going to make it smaller. It doesn't need to be that big. 810 is fine. Download. Okay, and you can wait for it to go. Okay, save as, just so I remember where it is. Okay, NetBeans Paul Clevitt downloads. Let's put my downloads folder. I'll call it Sandbox. Okay, I know this looks long, but obviously if you could just take a screenshot, literally, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my page. Where's my page? So I'm going to start off by uploading it to the grid, to the page, sorry. So go to Add Image, Downloads, and I just grab that image I've just created. There it is. Give it a second. Now, I want to save this as far as I've got it, so I'm going to do Save and Edit, which will keep me on this page and allows me to carry on because I've still got some more to do. So region name is Sandbox. So you're doing it. Image UUID. Now I need to upload that image to the grid. Build, upload, image. Once you've done this a few times, you'll do it with your eyes shut, and you can do it for as many times as you want. You can do it and link to different parts of your region. So downloads there is. So for instance, if you have maybe a shopping place on a region or whatever, you can link it. So I'm going to upload it here. It's quite useful to have it in World anyway, because then I can use it for whatever I want. So moving swiftly on, is actually, do you know what's really funny? It's actually getting difficult to get around the grid without being collared by people. Just check it's come up. Yeah, there it is. Sandbox. Okay, so what I'm going to do is going to right click. It's in my inventory. I'm going to click on it. Right click. Go to properties. Okay. And that's good. Yep, that's what I want. So if I go right click again, sorry, I meant to go to right click and then copy asset UUID. So copy that, flip back to the website, and I know it's a pain. I paste that in there. I know it's a pain, but it is worth it. Okay, trust me. Owner you can't change. That's your name. Save and return. Okay, and you see now I've got a place called Sandbox. Wolf Territories Grid Sandbox. Okay, so let's test it. So I go to here, and I go into Hangout. Okay, there's the sandbox. Yay. Okay, and if I click on it, in fact, it will take me to the map with it on. Okay, let's test it out on our Stargate. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, click on this controller like this, hit Sandbox again. Hangout, because it's in the Hangout category. Okay, now it's come up with Wolf Mountain, so I'll just click through Next. Forest thing, there's my sandbox. Okay, so that's cool. Now to use it, I just walk into it. Like a real Stargate. Boom. I've got to do some sounds or something, but whatever. And here we are at the sandbox. Okay, so let me teleport back home again so we can get some. Because I know I know the people are lovely, but if you're trying to make a video, okay, so there we go. So we're back here. So where do you get this? So firstly, you can get the sandbox you can get this by asking me, or you can get a copy of it by going to Welcome. So in fact, let's pull that up, Hangout. Okay, Welcome Mountain. So if I walk into this is so much fun. Walk into that, okay. And I don't know what happened there. Walk into that, there's another one. Okay, so if you want to get one, it's in the region owners toolbox. You'll find that I update this every now and then. Okay, go to edit, take a copy, buy it, and if you look here down the bottom there, it's called. There's loads of good things in here. Destination Guide, Stargate, there is. So what I'd say to you is, obviously this will only work on Wolf Territories Grid because it uses our servers and our databases. and this means that I can do an awful lot. So I'm just going to say no for now. I'm just going to say I'm just making a video. We'll come back to you when done. Sorry, bad wolf. Okay, okay. So that's that. So some other things you need to know is as well, if you're going to have lots of parcels on your land. So somebody asked me the other day about this. So what happens when someone teleports to my land and they land in my back garden? All right, because that can happen. You can actually force them to teleport to the landing point. You do it on this screen, options, and then landing point. Now, if you go anywhere, then they can teleport anywhere. Okay, but if they don't specify a landing point, they'll be forced to the landing point. And the useful thing about that is that what is the useful thing about that? It just makes sure you know where people are going to land when they get there. Okay, so I'm just going to take a copy of this. I'm going to zap over the sandbox, which I can do just by doing this. Next, walk into there, see where I land. Okay, and I'm going to pop it down here and really confuse them. They ain't going to know what's going to go on. Okay, so I'm going to just pop the recent so destination grid stargate, and I'm going to just pop it in the land. Cool. There we go. So it looks like it's in the sand. It's really cool, isn't it? And then rotate it around, and I'm set up so it'll work right across the regions. Hi Zell, I'm being very rude, and I'm making a video about this Stargate here. So let's go to events or something. I'll go shopping because there's nothing in it. So yeah, so there we go. I don't know if you got voice on. Okay, so Zell is a user of the grid. We've got lots of them. Oh, does it have your sound on? Okay, so hey, I'm just making a video. Oh, okay, so you can hear this. So there's a video. I'm just making a video about this new toy, which is our destination guide, but it's actually I'll just show you as well. These things happen. You're in a video for the grid. So so yeah, this is only so if you click on the green button, yeah, it is going to TP you if you run into it. Let's click on the green button and choose somewhere, and then we can click next. You're having fun, aren't you? You're going to be exhausted, and it'll click through, and you can just walk into it, and it'll teleport you to where you need to go, which could be anywhere, I have to say. As demonstrated. Oh, United States 41 could not be found. So this was actually an event that was on a place that has been renamed. So that's one of the issues we have with the destination guide. So this one hasn't been renamed. So if we walk into this one, this will take us. There we go. And here we are at that very place. And here you are as well. So Zell, that worked for you as well. You notice how fast teleports are here. So yeah, so we just used the Stargate. And I will say actually that our Stargates are the original ones before the ones you saw on the film. We actually discovered the Stargates way before the people from Hollywood discovered them. So these are the original ones. So I don't know what we're doing here. So there's probably going to be an event on here, or there was an event on here. They've got a nice floor, haven't they? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So if you want to, so let's just go through that again. If you want to add your regions to the destination guide, you go straight into www.wolfgrid.com. Okay, let's log out. So I'll log in. So you can log in. You use your grid username and password. Just same username and password you use for the grid. If you're buying land, you create a new account on the shopping system because it's different. Add to destination guide takes you to the destination guide manager. If you want to add events, you go to the event manager. You can just click there, and you can set it all up, and you can see the events. And the events and are in the destination guide. And also, if I hit search, we've also got loads of cool stuff going on here with events and information. Where are people? So there are 2 people on Thunder Rolls right now. That's me. It only shows 5 regions, but it gives you some different ideas. Yeah, we should have a dance. I'm going to stay with Zell here. Sorry about this, Zell. I'm just making a video and talking to you as well. It's very rude, but I'm going to stay with Zell here. You guys can have a really good, good day. So, just a little thing. If you want to buy land, we've got some. The land is at wolf-grid.shop. And it looks like Shoip. Oh, actually, it took me there anyway. Okay, wolfgrid.shop. Okay, and you can buy land. We've got some really good prices at the moment. They will be going up on the 1st of January, and there's reasons for that because we want to buy better servers. Okay, we want to upgrade some of the servers. We are now looking at using Blade servers. Blade servers are some cool kit. We're already using, and the other thing is, of course, we've got our algo routing. So some of the content you get from the grid will actually be routed through a very fast Cloudflare network. You seem to be being invaded by butterflies. It's a very fast Cloudflare network, which is really cool. And that's one of the reasons teleports are fast and everything happens very quickly on this grid. Even if you're far away from it now, there's a lot of things that you'll be delivered through the Cloudflare algo networks, algo, something like that. Anyway, so good. I think I'm about done. So I can now spend some time with Zell, who's been waiting very patiently. Have a really lovely day. I hope you have a lovely New Year. I had loads of I had a complaint from a woman on Christmas Day. Christmas Day. I mean, really? www.wolfgrid.com. Thanks very much. Bye. How do you stop recording?